happy 4th of November day. I have, after a rather horrible debacle, been able to receive the car back today. Now, I'd just like to let you know that it was a horrible experience, as you're aware, and so I'm doing a once over. The incidents that occurred have been documented separately, so this is just to show you the car as it's returned, picked up today from the mechanic. One section that I do need to let you know, the mechanic made a very big fuss about this rear window, and I will document that as well, but he's saying it's a problem that can't be resolved in these issues and in these cars, and yet I have had it repaired. I've explained that to him, and when I first came to Brisbane, it was sitting outside uncovered in the storms and didn't have so much as a leak, and it just seems these bits here inside that were a lot rougher, and I was aware of that needed repairing. Suddenly it's all very clean, so I'm going to find, as you can see, the rubbers are there, and this just seems very, very interesting. And as I said, he made a big deal of pointing out that this was an inherent issue with this model, but that's a concern to me, number one. Number two, I drove the car and it's come back from roadworthy. It's over $5,000 I've given to them, and they've fixed the window latches, and now the windows won't go down. So the windows aren't even operating, which they were when I took it to them. That's the new number plate. I will now just again like to confirm that it's been a nightmare, but I will finish this video now with the once over, and we will lift up the hood and just take some pictures before and after, as I did before I took it over to them. Thank you. So it's just been pointed out to me that part of having a car made roadworthy is that you must have operable windows. So in addition to the previous email, when I was driving the car back, the air conditioning is running really hot, but that's not a question. I went to put the windows down, obviously, because it's past roadworthy. This is part of their $6,000 works, and neither of them are working. However, as I mentioned, whilst the car was turned off, I've gone into the passenger side because the hood clip, being a conversion from the right-hand drive, is on the passenger side. I leaned on the passenger side window dial and it's opened up. Now the car is running, the window is down, as you can see, and look at that, it's not even operable. It's not even operable. You can't press it in, and yet it came down, the window has came down whilst the ignition was, like, the car was turned off, and here we go, look, it's just so tacky and the window's not working. So now today I've paid as I said, $6,000, and this is what I get after them, all the other dodgy stuff. Look at that, here we are, you can hear it. So how's that? There you go. My friend here is saying with this it shouldn't have passed rego. They gave me a safety slip to get the car registered with the brakes tested, and then they also came back and said that the brakes weren't available and they kept the car. But now I've got a car that I can't close the window. Unbelievable, but thank you. So here we are, it's the 4th of November, as you're aware. I've picked up the car today. It's been a horrible emotional ride, so I had a bit of a break, and I'm going to put it into the carport in a moment, but I just want to show you that we're still unable to get this passenger side window open. And when I was driving the car from the mechanic, after paying $6,000 to get it up to scratch, the windows wouldn't operate. Just opening the back here. So this is the boot. Now, the mechanic also made a big fuss about this section, and I'm pretty sus that maybe they've swapped it out or something into that 944 that they were detailing when I picked this up. But just so you're aware, this is the box of tools that they gave me. So, sorry, parts that they say they have replaced. This is the booster that he said tested fine for the roadworthy certificate, then wasn't working, so he sent it away and it came back without a problem. And then he put it in and took it out 3 times. This is his story. I have a copy of the conversation. And suddenly it needed replacing. So that's the brake booster. Now this is the box of stuff that they gave me of the parts. So I'm not a mechanic. I pay thousands of dollars for their expertise, but I just want to show you, get a record of what they've given me here. So what's this? Here we go. Whatever's here. Maybe shock absorber, I don't know, but I'll do a full. Yep, so that's a shock absorber, number 1. It says this has come out of my car. Number 2, this one's come out of my car. Okay, what do we have here? In the red box, we have shock absorbers here as well. I'll take them all out of their box. I just want to do an initial, just show you that it hasn't come out of the car yet. What else is in the box? There's the, I don't know what that is, but I'll just, there you go, something belt. There's this device, whatever that may be. There you go. We have this, oh, it's nice and greasy. There we go. Remembering he did say he replaced the clutch, which the clutch that was existing was brand new. It had done maximum 2,500 kilometers. There you go. So these are all the parts, and the windscreen, which there was a windscreen wiper that was off. So I'm going to remove this box now. I'll take out the things from the box later and do a full scan, but there you go. I now need to back this car into the carport, which is not what I was going to do. I was just going to drive it in because the left hand side will be where the weather can get to the car. I will put a cover on it, but there you go. I've just paid $6,000 today for a car. The window wipers don't, sorry, not wipers, the window when it's driving wouldn't come down, and now that the car wasn't working, it's the left hand side passenger side has came down and won't go back up, whether the car's on or not. Thank you. Okay, as I said, it's the 4th of November, the day I've just returned the car after an absolute debacle. And let's have a look. Is that even full? I don't know. Oh yeah, good. So that's fine. But this is the motor. Yes, I rely on mechanics. And this was a Porsche mechanic specialist. He was referred to me by the Porsche Club. And I'm really concerned about what's happened to the car. Take this off. That's very hot. That's really hot. And it's about at least an hour and a half and really hot, which is a concern. I wasn't expecting that. I've had this car for 16 years and I know it very well. Anyway, here we go. There we go. Also, just to let you know, we also have 4 brand new tyres on here. I asked for good all-rounders. And this is what we've got. So we'll just go around the 4 wheels. There we go, like we did before. But let's have a look. So there you go. Looking at those, I have no idea. As I said, I place my faith in the mechanics and I'm happy to pay for whatever happens, but this has been a really bad experience. There you go. $2.45. Okay, check if they're the same. There we go. This is the right front. And so 4 new tyres. Okay, interestingly enough, also when I got into the car and driving it back from the mechanic, he had actually put these in, which is great, but from the driver's side door neither of the windows would operate. Now, because it's been a conversion, the hood hook is in here in the interior of the passenger side. I opened the door, leaned down, and I've accidentally pressed the button. And now this window has came down. The ignition isn't on, and as you can see, here. So what a dodgy job. Now I'll turn on the ignition. Unbelievable. I just feel completely ill. So let's see. So, well, we'll try. So I'm in the driver's side now. I'm on the driver's side. Craig, hang on. So let's have a look. There's no ignition on. They're tacky. They were falling out. He's glued these, or he's replaced that assembly. But now, so they weren't working not driving home because the air conditioning is now running hot, which I'm not sure how to question. But so we've got accessories on, and as you can see, neither is. And the passenger side door. Craig, do you want to? There, the passenger side window has came down without the ignition on. The windows wouldn't work when the car was operating. And now let's just turn her over in case, do everything that needs to be done. Okay, the car's operating and the windows aren't working. This is just a travesty. And that passenger side window, let's go around there while it's operating. No, and as you can see, it's not working. They're just absolutely, look at that. What the hell? Anyway, look at that, sorry guys. There you go. It came down as I was using, as I was leaning on it to open the hood for the. So this is just crazy. I've spent over $6,000, and I believe I have been taken for a major ride. Thank you. It's dusk on the 4th of November. I'm just about to put this little baby into her parking spot. Here's the gauges, and again, as you can see, the passenger side window is down. It's operating now, so none of the windows are working. Okay, that's to adjust the mirror, and that dial actually is working. It sounds very dodgy, but that's not the point. That's working, and I'll sort it out to do the other one. I can't remember how to do it right now. There's a little dial I need to touch, but yes, just to demonstrate, here's the windows. I've picked it up. They put the assembly back in, which was part of the works that they'd quoted for. That's done, and here you go. The windows just aren't working, and I have to now put it under cover, reversed in rather than driven in, to make sure that the window, the passenger side window that won't go up, is out of the weather. And then what do you do from here? Again, $6,000 I paid, and I don't believe the car's safe. Here we go. We have to lock her up, put a blanket on, put a car cover on, and it's dusty as hell here, and the window doesn't go up. So just confirming, here we are. This is a travesty. Here are the parts that I've been given out of the car, with this one being a brake booster, and you can see there's a little daub of red paint there. Don't know where that would have came from, but interesting. And there we go. Some numbers there, I don't know what they are. And it's the brake booster. Then we have two boxes here. The shock absorbers, here's the details, made in Germany. Hopefully that's a good sign. And here's the twin pair, came out. So there we go, that's them. Details. We have wipers, which quite rightfully were part of it. We have this little device, which I'm not sure what it is. And again, if you go to a trusted, well-recommended mechanic, you don't need to know. But it's that. Don't know if you can see those. We have this little one. Not sure what that is. Again, we have a belt here. There you go. Obviously that's a belt. Not sure if they're related at all. And then there's two larger. So there we go. There's that one. Headers. Don't know, they obviously came out of the car. There's some details there. And finally, this little piece of kit, whatever that may be. There we go. So no identifying marks on that, and it's very greasy. There we go. Okay, so guys, that's it. They're the parts that I was given that allegedly came out of my car. So we'll go from there. Thank you. Just doing a short video of the car parts that I have been given. As I have said before, I'm unaware of what these parts are. That's why you put your faith in mechanics, but I just need to give a once over so I know, have a record of what actually was told to me was taken out of the car and replaced. So here we are. Allegedly this big mother is a brake booster. So let's have a look, and here we are. We have some numbers there that may mean something. So just to let you know, I reversed the car back in to put it away to bed, and now the driver's side window is down and it's not working. So
slam
now
the door, see whether that does anything.
We have both windows unable to be closed. It's just beyond imagination. I have to stop. It's upsetting. I've just moved forward to see if I could simulate the door being opened wide before, and hoping that the driver's window would go back up, but no. And having sat in the car for all of a minute and a half, it's jumping, you know, you can just, here we'll go back to the exhaust. Yeah, it's jumping all over the place. This was such a smooth, beautiful ride, and it's just trashed. Oh, it's really smoky. As in, and listen to the motor. Hear it? Something's whining in there that didn't whine before. Look at that. All these marks, like sap. Forget the leaves. They're from here, you know. Yeah, but we'll just check the temperature gauge before I close her off. It's alright. But listen to that. It's like jumping and missing. Oh, not missing, I don't know what you call it. I just hop in and drive for pleasure. That's what you pay mechanics for, so that you can have that pleasure. And this car has just been a delight. Hear that? There's a whining that I can tell you was never there before. I hope I picked it up in the video before I took it over. Okay, signing off. This is inside, and you can see that that's cracked, but interestingly enough, ours may have been cracked, and again, I just didn't take those detailed overview when I got this, when I was preparing to take it over. So I don't know, that's unfortunate, but definitely the window, this rear is not the same. You can notice that that's there, and definitely those. So that is definitely not the same ceiling. I laugh, but it makes me sick physically. There you go, that wasn't there. 100% that wasn't there. And there you go, I'm not sure how good that is. But the whole roof assembly inside